following program contains situations, material, and or language that is not suitable for all listeners. Viewer discretion is advised. The following program is brought to you by Cliz Productions.
The podcast no one listens to, with Kevin Porter. Nice.
Is the light recording? Are we going? Red light, go. That means, what's up, dudes? What's up, ladies? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast that no one listens to. I'm your host, Kevin Porter, and dude, again, we're back for another week. That was your life, my life, everybody's life. What? I don't know, dude. It's been a good week, dude. It's been a good week. You know why it was a good week? You know why? Because I got to do stand-up comedy for the first time in like 11 months. I think on stage I was like, it's the first time in 10 months. But, dude, actually it's really been 11 months, dude. Like, actually, as I record this, dude, it'll be 11 months next week sometime, dude. So a little bit under 11 months. I wasn't completely full of shit, but totally, it came about, dude. Shout out Ron the Sting Epstein putting that mic together, dude. Can't say where it was, because I don't think technically it was a legal show. But you know what, dude? We had a good time, man. Safety precautions were all in effect. Disinfectant between, there was a rotation of like 2 mics between the comedians. So the mic that you got was sanitized and cleaned. And hey, that's, I guess, all you can really hope for. I've been saying that shit for fucking years, dude. Like, we go up here and use the same microphone over and over again after somebody else has used it, and it's like, what do you expect is going to happen? You're going to get fucking sick. And I know that only because that shit happened to me, dude. Like, when me and Dustin were performing as the Fanatic Underground Crazy Nights, otherwise known as the Fucks, I used his microphone one day, dude, and I got fucking sick, dude. He got sick like a day or two before, and then I got fucking sick like shortly thereafter. I don't know how the fuck it happened, dude. You just don't use a microphone after somebody else, dude. So that's how germs are spread. But I don't know, dude. So, man, it felt, I don't know. It felt weird. It was weird. It was kind of like, I don't know. It kind of like felt like, okay, we just had an extended break, and like, it kind of was just like getting on a fucking bicycle and just doing it. Cause, a couple days beforehand, it's like, I got a really short notice on it, dude. It was only like, dude, literally like 3 days or something. Like, there was like, hey, Mike's coming back, dude, this Wednesday. And I'm like, what? Okay. I mean, dude, again, 10, 11 months, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, most people, like, we haven't really been riding. We all been kind of just taking a little bit of a vacation. It's not like anybody's been really working on anything. Because, again, if you write something down, it's like, well, where the fuck am I going to go performing to find out if it's actually any good? It may just be a big pile of shit, dude. I mean, I can commit this to memory all I want, dude, but I have to at least be able to recite that in front of a crowd to know if it's good or not. So I don't know, dude. I went through the premises that I'd like put down on, which that was the fucking word like a couple weeks ago on the podcast, dude. That was the word I was trying to fucking find, was a premise, So I'm like smoking so much fucking weed these days that just like, I don't know. My intake of marijuana, I've kind of slowed it down this last week, but beforehand, as we were recording weeks past, definitely, dude, I was hitting all-time highs in terms of my tolerance, dude, because like, it's ridiculous, dude, because like, dude, normally I'm just like, I'll take a couple hits, dude, but like doing podcasting and stuff, it's just like, it's fun, just fucking smoke a joint. Why are you fucking doing this shit? It's like, sometimes I think it can affect the performance, but I think there's definitely, definitely you can fine tune and pick out little snippets of gold in there. I like to think, but whatever, dude, whatever. It's not what we're here to talk about, or what are we here to talk about? I mean, actually, we're here to talk about whatever the hell I want, dude. So bear with me for a moment while I think. What do we want to talk about? No, dude, but like, yeah, so got like 3 days heads up. So went through my phone, grabbed, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 premises, sat down, like, okay, wrote them out. Shout out Jay McNay, he helped me on one of my jokes. I kind of just like ran into a stump, but I was like, okay, I want to do it this way, but I don't want to, I didn't want to do it a specific way, but I hit off him, and Jay McNay, dude, he's a master joke smith, man. He anytime I've ever hit him up, dude, he's always giving me solid advice in terms of any sort of adding a tag onto the joke, or just anything, any sort of advice, man. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. You do hear some comics, talk about, just like, oh, you gotta, just go keep it close to the chest and stuff. But like, I don't know. I think the point is like, we all want to get better, dude. So it's like, if I can help you get better, and if you can help me get better, it's like, I don't have to take the advice, no one's forced to do anything that they don't want to do. But yeah, especially at this stage, dude, it's like, we're just learning. We're learning how to do this, dude. It's like, none of us are like, I mean, we're all on the same level, dude. I mean, but he, withstanding, she's actually, features and is actually getting, paid gigs. But the rest of us, dude, I mean, we're all just learning, dude. And we're all just like, we're taking baby steps, dude. I mean, we took that a whole like 11, 10 months, taken away from us, dude, with, COVID and like shutdowns and shit. And now shit's coming back, dude. And I'm happy, dude. We got commitment from two of the mics that we had as of a year ago, that they want us back, dude. They want the mics to continue. One venue, and they want to wait some time, and that's cool, dude. I get it, because again, where we're performing right now, it's kind of renegade, it's kind of just like a little bit of a speakeasy in a sense. But hey. Dude, again, you gotta take common sense precautions. That's what I've fucking said from the beginning of this fucking epidemic, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, dude. It's just like, again, like even before COVID, dude, was I within 6 feet of somebody? Typically not. Like, again, if you're gonna cough, I always cough in my fucking arm. I always wash my fucking hands. I mean, like, if people would just take the fucking easy steps, dude. I mean, we live in a day and age, dude, where running water, I think we actually take that shit for fucking granted, dude, honestly. I mean, we hear so much about like, oh, white privilege this, white privilege that, dude. American fucking privilege, dude. That's what I'm talking about, dude. We're so fucking spoiled living here in the United States, man. I mean, for all the faults that we have, we also have a lot of all our basic, necessities are met, dude. Most people are not without clothing. Most people have shelter. Most people have running water. I mean, like, half the reason we had disease back in the day is because they didn't have running fucking water, dude. I mean, if you look through the history books, man, shit's being met. So, I mean, why bitch? I mean, I don't know, why bitch? But, I don't know. So, yeah, dude, Wednesday night, got there. A lot more people than I thought were going to be there. Honestly, I kind of thought it was going to be like, okay, maybe like 5 people, maybe. Like, we're just going to be performing in front of, like, other comics, which, dude, done that many times, and some of those shows are the funnest shows, dude. This gets reckless, dude. It's fun. But yeah, dude, there's like fucking 25 people or whatever. I don't know, it was a good amount, dude. I mean, there's some people in the back that were fucking playing darts and shit, and yeah, I got up there, dude. At first was standing there, and I was holding the microphone. I just remember I was like, fuck, because it kind of like that dread hit me, where I'm like, fuck, because everybody quieted down. And I'm like, fuck, now I have to say something to make them laugh. Like, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm just going to sound like a fucking idiot, because I have these 4, like, pretty, outside of like one, actually, whatever, dude. It's like 4 brand new bits that I've never fucking done before. So I was like, I said something. And then I just went into my bits, and, I got a bit of a reaction from, like, the first bit, and I was like, all right, feel good. And then the second bit got a decently, somewhat of a reaction. And the third bit bombed. And the fourth bit, like, bombed, I think. I'm pretty sure my last joke fucking, it kind of, I don't know. I think the mistake, it was kind of pointed out to me later on after the fact, but, like, I need to make sure, like, because I did I'll let you guys in. I did a joke about my sister, dying last year. And I'm not going to say the joke on here because you got to come see me fucking do it in person. But, like, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, shit. It's like, you got to make sure you smile. You smile after. You let everybody know that they can laugh. And that was pointed out to me, dude. And, like, I think that was, like, very solid advice. I was like, yeah, that's – and, dude, to be honest, like, it was in such a moment, I don't know if I did smile, but, like, knowing that now, it's like, okay, that's a bit's gonna kill every single fucking time, I fucking do it, but I just gotta make sure I do it right, so it's a real simple bit. It's not even a fucking long bit or anything. It's like literally like 4 sentences, so but it felt good. It felt so fucking good to just be able to, get on stage after all this fucking time, dude. It's like, it's, again, building blocks, man. I just getting up there week after week after week, eating shit after eating shit after eating shit, You just got to keep putting yourself through that punishment, dude. And it's like, hopefully we get back to some normalcy at this point. And, if we can, hey, man, that's what I want to do, man. I've said it so many fucking times during this last year, man. But, like, I just want to do stand-up, dude. I want to do stand-up, and I want to fucking podcast. And those are my two fucking passions in life right now. Besides, God, family, those two come first. But then after that, it's podcasting and motherfucking stand-up comedy. And now it's back. Now I'm like, okay, now real work starts. Now I have to like really start game planning and just fucking really starting to write, dude. So, which is something I've never been good at. I admit it, dude. I am not disciplined when it comes to writing, dude. It's like, you hear all the greats talk about it, dude. It's like you do have to, put, whether or not you use it, if it's a bunch of garbage, it's a bunch of garbage, but you just gotta be, you gotta work that discipline out, dude. And you gotta fucking just like apply yourself to it, and good things will come from it. And that's how you do it, dude. You write it, you perform it. If it sucks, it sucks, and that it's constantly going, dude. You never give up on it. So I don't know. I'm gonna suck for a very long time, but hopefully one day I'll be funny. So that's the goal. That's the goal, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man, that's probably like the biggest thing that's happened to me in a long fucking time. Like positive thing, at least. Again, saw so many like faces down there, dude. Shout out Bahia and Lily. Saw Brian Brisky. It's good to see him in person for the first time. And, again, all these people I haven't seen. Like, I mean, I've done podcasts with them, but like it's always been through Zoom. I've seen Brian. I saw Brian just a couple weeks ago, actually, on the we were watching the Seahawks lose to the fucking Los Angeles Rams, dude, in the wild card playoff game. Like, it feels like a month ago at this point. But yeah, no, he fucking hopped on there on Zoom with me, and we just sat there, and then Eric got on, dude. It was fun, actually. I was like, why didn't we do this all season? Why weren't we doing Zoom-like parties all fucking season? Because I sit here by myself every single Sunday watching the fucking Seahawks, and just, so happens I'm wearing my fucking Seahawks shirt today. But, it's why not just, enjoy this with somebody else, even – because, like, I don't know. Like, I was talking to Jay this past week about, like, when we were doing Are You Ready? A professional wrestling podcast, which you can catch every single Monday morning, 4:20 a.m. Bring it. But we were talking about like the difference between doing a podcast in person and doing a podcast via Zoom. And like, and he brought up a lot of good points, because like I kind of like, I don't know, I've been doing the podcasting via Zoom for this last year. And yeah, there is something lost between not doing a podcast in person in terms of just like, just going on, getting on a roll with somebody, like, cause he added like, when you do it in person, you can kind of tag somebody's conversation, you can add little things in, just like boom, boom, without like necessarily derailing whatever they're trying to say. You can kind of just like, you're just kind of building upon it, you're like, you're just making whatever they're talking about better, making it funnier, or just adding on to it, not being like, oh, whatever. See, normally that's where I would stop, because I'd fuck up right there, and I would do another take, but we're just gonna keep rolling. Because technically this is the second time I've done this. I did an opening on Monday. And I started editing this shit here today, and I was like, dude, this opening sucks so fucking bad. Like, this is the worst, dude. So I was like, all right, I'm in a better headspace today, dude. So like, let's just go ahead and record today, and get, bust out a fucking banger, dude. Fucking A. What the fuck was I even talking about? I mean, now I'm fucking lost, dude. I'm completely fucking lost. Oh yeah, doing the podcast. Oh yeah, so anyway, so you can tag people, you tag conversations and shit, which on Zoom, it's kind of like you get a delay. So because like when you do talk at the same time, it's like jargled in your headset and shit. And so it is kind of like, I don't know, especially for the listener, I would imagine. I don't know, dude. It's a little off-putting in a sense, So you can't really, like, you don't get that natural, in-person element to it. it does suffer. I guess this is just what I'm trying to say. Like a Zoom conversation does suffer, but I feel like I've gotten good though, just in terms of like being ready. Like when that person does stop, I already have like what I'm going to say. Boom, boom. I can volley back and forth that way with anybody that I'm doing these Zoom conversations with. And sometimes we fuck up. We always fuck up, but I feel we're doing pretty good. We've had a pretty good string of episodes. I think the last like fucking 2 months or so. Like about 2 months or so. Just a lot of new people, dude. I think that was like, again, like not say it was a New Year's resolution, dude, but yeah, definitely just bringing on new people to the podcast as much as possible. So dude, Kareem last week, dude, like I said, dude, that guy's like one of the smartest guys I fucking know, dude. Like he's gonna get his master's in teaching, dude. Like, he's talking about getting like a doctorate or whatever the fuck it was, dude. I'm just like, dude, I will never achieve those. I will probably retire being a janitor at the rate that I'm going, And there's nothing wrong with that, dude. I've done so much janitorial work. Dude, my mom, that's like when we first moved to Yakima in like 91. There's one thing that my mom was a single mom. She always like had janitorial jobs. She started like her own little like kind of hustle, She had her own hustle where she was like, she had a couple like accounts. Like I remember we cleaned the post office down in Union Gap, which I don't even know how the fuck we got that, dude. Like we were like little kids like getting to run around the fucking post office, and it's like I don't know if that's still there anymore. It's not the big one if you live here in Yakima. There's a huge one in Union Gap. But there was also a really smaller one, actually, like more towards like the Old Town Pump or whatever, kind of going towards the freeway out there. But yeah, somehow my mom got an account there. And then, so yeah, dude, my mom did that shit fucking like for years, dude. So we'd always be with her while she went and did work those jobs and stuff. So we'd always just like fuck around, fucking get in shit. Which, whatever, dude. It is what that was like 1993, man. It's fucking so long ago. Yeah, no, I love my mom. But yeah, that was my week, dude. That was the week that was here on the podcast, man. So I just, thank you guys for taking the time to check this shit out, dude. Like without the people that tune in every single week, man, like I don't think we'd be, I don't know, dude. It feels good. It feels good after like fucking years of hard work on this shit, dude. Just like continuously coming every single week, and I do come multiple times a week, and just really, it's pouring my heart out, dude. I mean, this is all it is, dude. Like, I feel like in terms of my comedy career moving forward, I definitely need, because I definitely do need to focus more on the personal in the sense, I do feel like I need to be more making fun of like my own self on stage a lot more. So I need to figure out what that is and how to make fun of it. So I don't know, dude. I guess that's it. That's the opening this week. So, before we get to Michael Lee Garza making his debut on the podcast no one listens to, dude, as always, dude, check out Are You Ready? A professional wrestling podcast, dude. Again, dude, we drop that shit every single Monday morning, dude. You're missing out, dude. If you're not listening to that shit, dude, you're fucking missing out, man. You need to go onto iTunes. You need to go onto Spotify. You need to go onto Stitcher. I don't fucking know. And I really don't care what device you use, but you need to go on there and you need to subscribe and give us that 1, 2, 3, 4, fucking 5-star rating. So if you would do kindly, I ask you kindly. I can't fucking force you guys like I want to. It's just like, fuck. The little dictator in me fucking comes out where I'm just like, go now. Get on the trains. So, all right, let's jump in. Without further ado, I give you Michael Lee Garza.
All aboard!
Yeah, dude, it's taken me probably at least like 3 years to build up the collection. And it's funny because like what I was telling you, like when we first bought this property, it was pretty run down, And this room in here was just full of junk. And so as we were going through everything, dude, I found that VCR down there, and I was like, oh, cool, dude, it's a VCR DVD combo, and that's when we'll go thrift shopping and stuff, dude. So I always look at the electronic stuff, and then I was at the Goodwill out there in Union Gap, and they had Stripes on VHS, and I was like, oh, I have a VHS player now. I was like, why don't I buy fucking Stripes? Fuck yeah. And so that was like the first tape that I bought.
I have at least like one or two of the DVD VHS combos, and the only TV I have that works is that TV with the built-in DVD VHS it's built into it. So
it's built into the TV.
Yeah, I still have one of those. I have one or two other TVs, but I just don't know how to like hook it up necessarily because I don't have the most patience with technological stuff. So, and then the only DVD player I fucking have is a damn PS2.
You still have you rocking the PS2, right? Is that right now? Is that how you set it is? Wow. Throwback, dude. You're living the dream.
Now it's to the point where I think whatever the sensor, whatever the part is called that reads the DVD, it's just not. Part? It's not working for most DVDs. It's gotten to the point where now I'll be lucky if it'll say cannot read disc. Yeah. Now it'll just say reading disc and it'll disappear and it'll only show the memory card on the fucking screen and then that's it.
So it's not even playing like PS2 games or anything? Or?
It works perfect with the PS2 games.
Oh, does it?
Damn DVDs. It's just not giving me a break on the DVDs.
I remember when those came out, dude. I remember that being like one of the first things hearing back in the day that it was the DVD players on those things would go out. And so what design do you have actually? Do you have like one of the ones that were like on the later end, like 07, 08, the smaller ones, or is it like the big bulk ones that they originally sold back in like 2001?
Definitely the big bulk ones because the tray comes out when you press the button. I had a PS3, but like 2.5 years ago, maybe. My damn house got broken into. And then, I was going through a depressive mode, so there's trash everywhere. I had, like, dead fucking mice on those glue traps, and it just reeked
It happens, dude.
And I'm just picturing the guys, whoever broke into my house, is like, God, this place fucking
his eyes just
sucks.
start instantly watering up. He's like, oh, no!
This case sucks more than our tweaker house. But they took, they took my PS3... I think it was a later model, where it's not as rectangular. It's more shorter, like a square shaped almost. Right. And it kind of has like a rough terrain material on top.
Because the big one was the one where you just press the button and it pops out. I had that one and that one broke. And then I think I bought one of the other ones where it's like it slides open.
No, that's a PS3 because I did have a PS3, but this one you just push it. There's no tray.
Okay, just push it in.
I think it was one.
That's like one of the first versions of it. Then I think.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was the second one because I thought
it may have been the second one.
Yeah, because I thought that first PS3 version was like the longer one.
Because I assumed. Yeah, no, you're right. There was like 3 different versions of that thing. Okay, dude, I'm fucking.
Because right now
I'm retarded.
The same guy I was talking about, Daniel Kishwak. Gave me after you heard they took my house got broken into, took the PS3. He gave me the one that slides open. The PS3 that slides open.
Yeah,
I have that, which is cool, but I can't figure out the PS3 screen won't go onto any of the 3 or 2 TVs I have.
Is it hooked up for AV or HDMI?
I think HDMI.
Okay, because the way you got to transition back and forth on that, I had to learn that shit too, dude. You gotta hold it in. You gotta hold that power button in for like 3 seconds, and that'll convert it back and forth between AV and HDMI. So it may just be you just may have to do that.
See, because I don't remember doing that with the one that the PS3 I had.
Yeah,
got stolen.
Yeah, because that shit happened to me too, dude. My wife got fucking pissed off at me one time. We had this like hell fight, where I'm like flipping fucking tables and shit. She took my fucking PlayStation 3, dude, and smashed it, dude. So the good news is she ended up just buying me another one because afterwards we made up and shit. I was like, well, you're gonna have to pay up for that shit, that fucking fight, but. She
would have been a hell of a YouTube video, man.
Yeah, but no, I learned that quickly though, just because I had to use. I think at first I had I would go back and forth between the AV on certain TVs and HDMI, and I had to look that shit up on Google. So
yeah, and also I thought it was just maybe I'm using the wrong because whatever the cords are that has the yellow, red, white
AV cables.
Yeah, I think the one I'm using is for the PS2, but I thought it worked for PS3 and PS2. I could be wrong.
I mean, it's possible.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the part that plugs into the PS2, it fits perfectly in the PS3.
I want to say, I don't think there'd be a difference because it was a standard part there for between the PS2 and the.
I mean, it makes no difference now because I sold half my DVD collection.
No, it's never a good thing when somebody comes on here and tells me this.
Blu-ray collection because I was working at Grocery Outlet when Lil Brown fired me. Where I used to work, where I met Jason, our good mutual friend Jason. He got me the job at Grocery Outlet, but then I quit like an idiot. So
what happened?
2 months, dude, I had the worst back pain, and there was deaths in the family and whatnot. And then I quit like an idiot. 2.5 months unemployed, so I was sold half my shit just to get by.
Right. You can't get unemployment since you quit then?
That's why I'm here.
So I got Slack, dude. You just got to fucking Slack and be like, we're like, all right, I guess we just got to get rid of Michael.
Yeah,
Just get him out of here.
And then fucking this past Saturday, after leaving my AA meeting, because I was working at FedEx, I got a ticket in the morning by Union Gap. I'm assuming Union Gap guy. It was definitely Union Gap, but I guess my
police officer
brake light, the middle one, which I didn't even know I had one, like an idiot. I'm not car savvy either, but I guess it was busted, and then my dumb ass forgot my wallet. The one time I forget my wallet.
Oh, no.
Just because Hannibal Buress, he has a quote in that TV show Broad City, phone, wallets, keys, or whatever like that. And that's why I always do. I check for phone, wallet, keys, and because I was trying to make it on time to my AA meeting.
You gotta. So, certain things a guy has to remember. A cell phone, a wallet, keys. That's it.
And then so I got a ticket for not having my fucking license on me.
License.
And then I missed 3 days of work, neck pain, and had some slight depression issues. So when I'm in that state of mind, I just can't physically call or accept calls with anyone.
Oh, wow.
It was Union Gap, and then so I had to call one of the guys from AA meeting, and he gave me a ride to my work to pick up my check, and then, rightfully enough, the new supervisor guy there, he's like, dude, where the hell you been? Told him what happened, except the depression part.
I would have laid heavy on that, dude. I would have just been like, bro, I'm fucking having issues, dude. I would have just told him, and
well, I got this thing.
You need to put sympathy on my situation here.
Yeah. No, he definitely tried, because you could tell on his face for being a new supervisor. He's not that much older than me, but he could tell I wasn't telling everything, but he was like, well, are you showing up at 10 or 11 p.m. whenever you clock in? It's like, yes, absolutely, if I still have a fucking job. He's like, yes, but if you pull this again, you will not have a job. Right. So I get my paycheck.
I got the get out of jail free card right there.
That's what I thought.
Oh no.
So I pick up the check. Good old Mr. Jeff from AA gives me a ride back to my car because the cop had me, park my car, call somebody with a license.
So fucked, dude. Even though you're in the system, probably having a license just because you don't have their stupid piece of paper.
Well, I'm going.
Fuck the Union Gap police, fucking Michael.
I'm going all over the place because there's a big story I haven't told you yet, but I'll finish this part. That's why I call myself Kevin Smith Jr. because he fucking goes all over the place with stories. Do I sound okay?
No, we're good,
okay,
dude.
Perfect.
Fucking keep rolling, bro. Yeah.
So Mr. Jeff from AA meeting drops me back off in my car. I go cash my check, clock in. I used to clock in at 10 p.m. at FedEx, and then the supervisor's there that's been there longer since this guy I talked to earlier in the morning pulls me to the side after he tells us what's going to happen. Oh, this truck is coming in late, yada yada. And he's like, asks me where I've been, yada yada. He's like, I tell him the same thing, minus the depression. I had a horrendous neck pain, migraine, and he's like, well, dude, he's a nice guy. You could tell on his face it pained him to say this. He's like, well, you had one no call, no show a week ago, and then now you had 3 in a row. This in 1 week, back to back. He's like, I gave you a number. He's like, I don't want to do it, but they're sticklers for supervisors, especially if all the rules. I have no choice but to terminate
let you go, yeah.
He's like, I like you. I wanted you here. It's like I shook his hand. It's like, yeah, well, thanks.
Here's what it is. Yeah,
I wasn't even going to attempt to bring up what the other supervisor said. He's like, but he said I might have a job or whatever. But it's funny because it's a FedEx that's right down the road from fucking Low Brown. And,
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And one of the guys there, he's a trainer. I actually, who trained me for the first couple of weeks I was there. His girlfriend started working at Low Brown for she and I worked together like 3 or 4 months, and I was training her a little bit. And it's just a little odd that now her boyfriend is training me, but so
how the world works, man.
Exactly, man.
That's just how the universe is.
Reason why I ended up working at Grocery Outlet, Jason hooked that up. And then I ended up working at FedEx because back in March, I don't think I told you this because I've been telling a few people I can't.
I don't even think we've seen each other since March, dude. I remember seeing you at Bill's, at one of the comedy shows. I think
it was definitely then.
It's been a while for sure.
So back in March, I left Game and Grog and after closing, which is normal time I was leaving. This is right when COVID was kind of slightly trickling into a much serious scenario that we're in right now.
Right, of course.
Left Game and Grog, and stereotypical 20-year-old something response. I only had Pilsners. I felt fine. I didn't have craft beer.
It's no fun without craft beer, man.
Yeah, I maybe had
you just
one.
get a bellyache from fucking Pilsners.
Yeah, that's true, but it's just I enjoy those in a social scenario. The 100%. Craft beers is when I'm watching like a weird movie or Japanese wrestling, listening to a podcast, just sipping on those stouts.
Like Pilsners, though, yeah, you can hammer down like 6 to 8 of those. And,
especially at that time.
Compared to a 4, like,
at that time,
micros.
I just got into the 10-barrel brewings Pilsner they do. It's called pub beer.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like I love the taste of PBR, but no,
dude, PBR is garbage. Like, I hate PBR.
I'm sorry, I love PBR. But,
no, like I'll drink Rolling Rock, dude. Rolling Rock was all right.
I like Rolling Rock too, but I wish I could drink right now.
I do. I haven't drank in like 5 months, dude. That was just by choice.
Oh, it's better out of choice. Once I tell you what happened.
Right.
So I left Game and Grog, and normally when they close, I talk to some of the bar regulars right outside. Well, you know where Game and Grog is.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I know. Yeah, no. But for listeners, I mean, it's right off the Ave up there on Yakima between Chestnut and it's just like it's a main strip bar.
Oh yeah, it's perfect because it's like boom right there. It's not across the street, but it's in a weird way across the street from Brews. Actually, it's not across the street from Brews. But
it's like a couple an alley, some buildings, and then there's Brews.
Yeah, so you just go across the street and then eventually walk and, like you said, turn right or whatever to Brews, and then you got the theater, and then when Lotus Room was open, you got Lotus Room right there.
Sports Center
and then
we're open.
If you want, not to freeze your ass off, I suppose you could walk to Bill's from Game and Grog. You could, but it's
not that far, dude. That's an easy walk.
But it's Yakima, so it's a sketch.
Yeah, no, it's true, dude. To be completely honest and transparent, I haven't walked the streets of Yakima down there in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy.
That's why, I would bounce me and, Jason or my buddy Leo, who's also a huge wrestling mark like us. It's because of wrestling he and I are so close. But anyway, just like walking by myself from Game and Grog to Brews, it's not that far of a walk, but still, like you said, it's so fucking sketch.
It gets dark there because you have to cross Front Street, and like for anybody that doesn't know Yakima, dude, Front Street's like it's there's some hardcore homelessness going on over there.
Okay, I was because I didn't know how to. Like,
so this true, they're everywhere.
Yeah. If you got spare change, if you have audibly loud change in your butt pocket, that's just a big, fucking
butt pocket. That's an interesting spot to be putting change too.
Exactly. Well, you put it there because maybe to deter the people who are asking for change.
Right.
The fuck was this? So I left Game and Grog, and like 2 or 3 hours before closing, there's a shit ton of State Patrol and other maybe Union Gap or Yakima just trying to stop people racing because there's quite a few cars.
So they just had a lot of people.
Yeah, because we definitely saw 1 or 2. Or
was this a weekday or a weekend?
This was Friday.
Was it Friday?
Yeah, I had just gotten off work, and I would sometimes rarely drink a lot on the weekend on the work night. And, like an idiot, would drink a little heavily. I did like my job at
and we all do that, dude. I think I've been there so many times where you have to head into work, you're fucking hung over, dude.
Yeah,
or you just, if you got the sick days, dude, I'm not feeling too good. I'm going to sleep this one off.
Yeah, unfortunately did that.
I don't do that anymore, but over my years, dude, I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah. Well, because also, worked at Low Brown for 3.5 years. My grandma's the owner of that place.
Oh, no shit. I didn't even know that.
So,
dude. That's crazy.
My last time there, I finally had a group of coworkers, both warehouse, office, and store, where, I think I finally proved to them, it's like, I'm not getting special treatment here. I'm like bottom rung on the ladder, man.
Right.
This new guy, Lupe, he's driving, he's doing this, he's doing that. He hasn't been here even a year because he's a much harder worker than I am. But anyway, it just got stressful, towards the end, but that's no excuse. I'm sure there's people with much more scarier, serious jobs that have way more stressful days that make my stressful days at work just seem like...
Yeah, but it's still your stressful day, though, dude. I mean, don't discount that, dude.
Yeah,
it's still
but,
the day you have to experience it. And if it's stressful, well, guess what? It's stressful.
Yeah. So, it was that Friday night where it's like, oh, man, I just can't... this fucking job. But and then finally left after closing, and even, like I said, 3 hours before closing, there was all those patrol cars and state patrol. It's like, maybe I should leave. And I really wish I would have fucking left, because I leave, and like an idiot, I usually listen to my podcast or music on my phone with headphones in.
Oh, shit. Do you have both of them in, or just like one headphone in?
Both of them.
Well, podcasts, you can still kind of hear stuff going on around you, because it's just people talking.
Well, I have cheap headphones too. That's not an excuse, but I have cheap headphones nonetheless. So, like, to the point where it's so cheap, I have to turn the volume all the way up to hear something. I'm just making myself sound worse.
Some dollar store headphones.
Fuck yeah, dude. So, and then I was... specifically, remember this, I was listening to Adam Cole's Ring of Honor theme song, which is like the best indie theme song ever. I just love that song. But so I live in Hera on the res, so I'm driving towards, Peppermint Stick, right?
Yeah, down Main Street on Union Gap.
Main Street, yeah. Because I always get confused when it becomes Main Street and then First Street, But anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, to me, that's always Main Street there, dude.
Okay. But leaving Game and Grog, and then I pass, I believe, like where the Valley Mall is, and my phone fell to the ground. I tried to pick it up like an idiot.
Oh, fuck.
And I kind of swear, I'm very lucky nobody got hurt because of my moronic self, but like I drove over the center line quite a bit, but nothing too serious. Corrected myself because I picked up the phone finally. I should have just left it there, and also not listened to music while I'm fucking driving. And then I see the magical red and blue lights.
Hey there, buddy.
I park quite terribly, one wheel over the fucking sidewalk of Old Town Station, that diner or whatever the hell it's called. I'm blocking the parking lot entrance. First off, that's how I got pulled over, and how I pulled and parked over. And it was State Patrol, younger guy, who had like cool looking punk tattoos. They made no sense, but it's like, all right, man.
Okay.
Really weird Caucasian name too. I'm not gonna say his
name. So I got the
obviously.
Black Flag logo right there. It's like
no, it wasn't band logos. They were just weird looking designs, but they look sick as hell. It was a little odd seeing that on a State Patrol guy. And I told him, it's like, oh, yeah, I was picking up my phone. That's why I was swerving, because he asked, why I pulled you over, yada, yada.
Right, of course.
And he brings up the fact that, have you been drinking? And it's like, I'm not a good liar. So I just told him. And...
yeah. How many did you have? Just a couple, or...?
4 or 5 PBRs, and then maybe 1 top cutter.
It's a good buzz. Whatever, dude. It's like, it's a good buzz.
I blew a 0.095.
Oh, no. Okay. You were having a good time that night, Michael.
Good time led to 3 days in school, in county school, dude. And I know we don't know each other that well, Kevin, but if you couldn't tell by everything about me, I'm not fucking built for jail, dog. Even county.
Just gotta roll in there, just like, what's up, guys?
I finally got into the pod or whatever it's called by like 5 a.m.
Oh, that sucks.
Because I left the bar at like 2 a.m.
And it was a Friday, too, so you're not having court till fucking Monday, right?
Exactly.
Oh, no. Fuck, dude. So yeah, take me through this experience of going to jail. Because, like, dude, I've never gone to jail either, dude. So.
Oh, you just make it stay that way.
Yeah, right.
But, and bless Jason's heart, because I normally text him when I get home, and I always get on his ass. He's like, I don't care if I sound like a feminine weirdo. It's like, bro, you better... text me when you get home, dude.
Yeah, it's nothing.
And
it's being a good friend, Michael.
And then when I got out, I called him and he's like, "Hey, dude, did you get home safe?" He's like, "I thought it was weird." And he's like, "Yo, Mikey didn't," because he hit up his girlfriend at the time, and he's like, "Did Mikey text you at all?" Because he normally texts me, and I told him what happened. Got out like late afternoon Monday,
Well, really quick, what was your experience in jail? I mean, did people try to fuck with you, or was it just like? Because I would personally, just be like, "What's up, dudes? What's going on? My name's Kevin Porter. I do a podcast. No one listens to it. I'm cool, dude. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm cool."
I told. I don't mean to say this in a bad way.
No, you're
but
good.
I told this story on Daniel and Luis, the Atlas Radio guys' podcast, Mixed Vibes.
Yeah, shout out those guys. Yeah, for sure.
I should have asked for shit. Shameless plugs. I love how I'm telling my that I got arrested for drinking and now I have to do AA as I'm staring at that sick Doug Stanhope poster you have right behind me. I fucking loved it.
I was so fucking lit for that show, dude. Like, oh man, that was like I actually met Doug Stanhope.
Oh my god.
Yeah, tell your story and
okay.
I'll tell you my Doug Stanhope story. Yeah. After this.
But dude, as soon as I got into the pod, and this is what I told Luis and Daniel, it's like, dude, all the memories of every single episode of Beyond Scared Straight 60 Days In just started flooding my mind. And then,
I promise this, swear to God, I'll never drink again.
Well, maybe not 60 Days In, but definitely Beyond Scared Straight. And then I told myself, it's like, you fucking moron. Those were like middle schoolers that were much more badass than you and did more scarier sketch shit than you. And plus, they usually took those fucking kids to a maximum security prison. This is county.
Yeah, here in Yakima County.
It still sucks, but still, at least it's not a prison.
Hey, bitch, you ever had COVID?
Hold my pocket. Peel this orange. Put this Kool-Aid on your lips. So I get in, and sure enough, I got my little shitty mattress, my sheets, my everything. And then the CEO guy just yells, "New one," or whatever. And then
like, thanks, motherfucker.
Yeah. And it's like they probably just had now that I know the schedule there. I think they just had breakfast and maybe like 20 to 30% of the pod usually go back to sleep after that. So like everybody was sleeping. It was their thing is quiet time. And it starts starts later at night, still continues into the morning, even after breakfast.
I like quiet time, dude. Quiet time's a good time.
Yeah.
That's what I tell my kids too. I'm like, it's quiet time.
Yeah, I like quiet time too, except if you're the reason why the CEO yells "new one" during quiet time. Oh my god. Anyway, and there was this tall dude.
Like, hey bro, you live on Cherry?
Exactly.
I think I saw you on Cherry once.
So I walk in and there's this tall white dude. I don't know if I should. I only heard of people's nicknames. I don't know if I should.
Oh, don't worry, dude. It's the podcast no one listens to.
Yeah, but still.
No, don't tell their names. It's fine.
No, he was nothing bad to say about him. He was a cool guy. He didn't have to be either, but a tall dude and white dude, and everybody called him Caveman. And then again, I'm just thinking the worst. It's like, oh god. Also, when they're asking you, doing the fill out, making paperwork for you, like the guards and then the nurse, they'll ask you, do you have any allergies, diseases? Yeah. Are you gay, straight, bisexual? And me as a bisexual dude, I've never felt like a sellout, became a sellout so quickly. It's like, oh, I'm definitely straight.
Well, what happens? They just put you in like a separate like part of the population.
I'd imagine, depending on what you said.
That's actually, I mean, if you for a person that's first time going to jail and you're like wanting to stay, not get beat up. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bisexual today.
Yeah,
like, well, tell straight up.
Now that I'm back in the free world since March 10th or whatever this year. Being a bisexual dude, it's like, dude, I'm picky with dudes. You're fucking safe. When I meet new homies, it's like, you're safe. You're not like the type of guys.
The cop all announced, he's like, new bisexual dude coming on in here, guys.
It's like, dude, the type of guys I'm into are look, sound, talk, effeminate. So that's why I tell half the people, it's like, are you Joe Manganiello? Then you're safe.
I got you, man.
Are you Timothy Champagne? No, what's the actor's name? Timothy Chalamet. It's like, are you him? No, you're safe.
You're safe. Good to go.
Anyway, so yeah, I just felt like such a sellout. It's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely straight.
I understand. Yeah, I can understand.
Poontang, yeah. So get back to I get in the pod. Mm-hmm. My bunk's on the second floor because there's 2 floors.
Right.
There's no cells. I mean, that whole thing is a cell, but it's bunk
That's
beds
what everybody's
everywhere.
described it to me as.
Yeah, basically. I'm sure there's individual cells somewhere, but that was probably the second.
The bisexual cells, dude. That's where they would have put you.
But probably pink walls, unfortunately. But I was on the first floor, and that's where the least serious offenders are, I guess, from what I heard and been told.
Yeah, because like county's the one there in like downtown Yakima, right?
Yeah, right there.
Station.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fourth level is like all your fucking like bad motherfuckers,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah. I was also the same guys. I think that was the same level where the same guys broke out.
Level
like,
1?
Once COVID. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll get to that part later because that day that happened, like early ass in the morning, that was the same day I had my original court before it got postponed because of COVID, and then later that day is when that breakout happened.
So you were in jail when that fucking breakout happened?
No, I wasn't in jail. This is like a month after I got out. Oh. That's why I didn't want to like skip ahead to the story. Kevin Smith Jr. here, hello. That my original court date was in like April. And whenever that day was, that those county guys broke out because they were scared of COVID and whatnot, wanted to see their family. Right. I'm sure you saw the video.
No, I know exactly.
Yeah.
So, anybody in the greater Yakima area knows. I mean, it made national news. I mean,
Oh yeah, and then that fucking idiot recording it. Hey, homies, just go, man, just go.
Fucking Brandon
fucking
Huck.
Run.
Brandon Huck did some sort of like musical. Like I remember he put out some sort of video with like some music to it.
I think I watched the. I fucking love it.
I think it got like a good amount of fucking views. I think you got like over 1,000 views.
Yeah. I also like this girl I was talking to for a little bit. Apparently that was her cousin that recorded that video.
Shit.
It's like, oh, God bless your family. She's like, oh, no worries. Like, don't mind what you say about him. The entire family, we love him, but he's an idiot.
Just a fucking idiot.
Lovable idiot.
Well, he was in right place, right time, right there, dude.
Yeah.
He got a viral video, right, for that shit, dude. Good for him,
I've
dude.
never heard somebody so happy. Hey, homie, run, dude. Fucking run.
Oh my god, dude, that's hilarious.
And so back to me finally getting into the pod with my little dingy little
You're walking down
mattress.
the road, everybody's like, who's the new guy?
A little bit. I was kind of most people were asleep, thankfully.
Kidman's like, what's up?
Oh, not even that. He was like, hey man, what bunk are you? He's like, it's like 36 or whatever. And he's like,
they assign you a bunk?
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, up here. And he fucking made my bed for me, showed me how to do it. And he's like, right now it's quiet time, dude. So, do you like coffee? You want a shot of coffee?
So did he ask you if it was your first time then?
Yeah. He's like, what would they get you in for? It's like,
DUI.
Maybe DUI. He's like, oh, you'll be out here maybe in 2 days. Mm-hmm. He's like, so right now it's quiet time. Lunch is this time. Yeah, just let me know if you got any more questions, dude. That's like,
what a fucking nice guy, dude.
Yeah. And then I'd like to think I paid him back for that shot of coffee in a cup. Because that's like currency there, dog.
Okay.
Fucking soups are like the ramen packets. I wish I brought a ramen packet to like
it's high value.
Give an audio idea, since this is a podcast, of what you hear all night, all day long. Just people smacking the soup packets, the ramen packets onto the ground to break up the pieces.
Yeah, of course.
And then we get to my bunk, and there's this short, chubby, cholo-looking dude who's equally cool shit as well. But going off of appearance, is like, oh, he's in the bunk. I was aside. I'm gonna get beat up. And
he's like, bro, you're in my bunk.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, did they assign you this bunk, bro? He's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, bro, sorry. It's like, oh, no worries. They told me I could stay here until they put somebody here. I've been trying to get a lower bunk. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, really? What would they get you in for? And this and that. He's like, oh, yeah, like Caveman said, you'll be out in a day or two, maybe Monday. Hey, bro, I got another question. It's like, yeah, what's that? You got any drugs?
Damn.
Nah, man. And this guy will say, I can't remember his actual full name, but his nickname was Oso, which is Spanish for bear. This, again, super nice guy. He's got big 13 tattoo on his chest.
Oh fuck!
But I'm saying his name because when I left, he hit me up. He's like, "Bro, I'm not gonna ask you for commissary. I'm in. I got my stuff saved up." Mm-hmm. He's like, "Honestly, if you could put my info out there, because I'm gonna be in here a while. Because honestly, I just want a pen pal. And my heart was just like, oh, man. No, not in a cute, adorable way. I'm like, oh, man, you're good. People stay in county that long where they
that
asking.
Type of anxiety, yeah, for sure.
And he's like, so he gave me his...
I've had family that's been in there for a while.
He wrote his info down, but like an idiot, I accidentally threw it away when I took off my jail clothes, because they give you shirt, shoes, socks, really like stereotypical 70s high school underwear, like whitey tighties. And so I crumpled up the paper inside the jail clothes and put it in a laundry basket like an idiot, including my court date paperwork. So I had to go back the next day.
Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh, man. That's why they just need to put it all online.
It's like, man, I had to come back here again because my dumbass threw away my court paperwork. But I also threw away his pen pal contact info. But it's like, I don't know if he's in there or not, but if somebody who listens to this wants a pen pal, jail buddy, his name's also, he's like, yeah, tell him to look up Jack in the Box Bandit. Apparently I was involved in that, but yeah, I just want a pen pal, dude.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Oso on the podcast.
Yeah, he's like, if it's a girl, bro, I don't even care if they're gay. I don't care. I just want a pen pal. And I'm like, man, I've heard more judgment in a religious person who's never gotten a ticket or been to jail, and this guy's in jail, seen as a bad guy, and he's like, I don't care if they're gay. Yeah. It's like,
well, dude, like gangster people like really aren't like bad people or anything. Yeah. They may like involve themselves in criminal activity among themselves, but like my experiences with people that are in gangs has always been fairly positive.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
never had it like. I remember one time we almost got beat up just because we were walking down the street down like 5th Avenue in Lincoln. And my buddy that's like legitimately Mexican from Mexico is like these guys like they're all drunk. They're like, fuck you. Like, and then my friend's like, fuck yeah. Like they turn around, dude, and like me and him have to like legitimately go into the Safeway and like hide out because they came looking for us and shit, dude. But yeah,
it's like, bro,
that's the only bad experience I've had.
Let's go hide in the birthday card aisle. They won't find us here.
I used to live on 3rd Avenue, dude, and like we lived there, and like my mom would park her car in the alley, and like on the joining alley on the other side, there was this gangster house that lived there. And, I talked to him and stuff. I was like, I don't give a shit what you guys do. Just, please don't, have anything happen to my mom's car while you guys are fucking having your parties back there, dude. Because they do, like, big old gangster parties, dude. And to their credit, dude, nothing ever happened to my mom's car, dude. Nothing ever happened, dude. Yeah. But I'd be up in my window, just fucking sitting there reading a magazine. I'd look outside. They'd be, like, beating somebody into their gang and shit. I'm just like, all right, dude. Swell guys. They're good for their word, though. I mean, they give you their word. My experience has always been decent.
I just imagine that initiation takes place when you were still living there and you're off to work or school. Hey, Porter, how's it going? Hey, Mario. It's like, have a go. All right, enjoy the initiation there.
We bought weed from him and shit, dude. Like, they sold us weed. Like,
of course.
I actually was, like, friends with them.
Hell yeah.
I mean, to the point where you could buy weed from him and shit.
Yeah.
They were cool guys.
So yeah, there's also his information. I forgot his first and last name and all his inmate pod info. So unfortunately, I don't know how to.
Well, the Jack in the Box Bandit, that says it all, dude.
Yeah.
People just gotta Google that shit, dude.
And that was like a few days before I got in there, which was March 7th. I'm actually trying my best to get him a pen pal. Oh my god!
Well, this is where to do it, dude. We got fans upon fans, dude, all across the world.
I put also his info out on the Mixed Vibes podcast, but they haven't uploaded that fucking episode yet. So it's like,
I'll beat him to the punch.
Porter's podcast, man, come on.
That's probably ain't dropping for a couple weeks.
But and also some tall, skinny dude. I forget his name, but he definitely hit me up for a commissary. He's like, I'll know if you do it, and if you don't, it's all good. And looked at me when he said, looked at me in a way. I was like, if you don't do it, like. That's like, oh, thank God you live in Spokane, Grandview. I forget where he said he was from.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, oh my God, I never want to go to jail ever again. That was.
It sounds like it was a pretty trying experience.
Like it could have been worse, but it's like nonetheless, like jail is jail. It sucks. So
right.
And also the tattoo parlor was apparently right, like the bunk behind me.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
People going, like, I never understood that shit, dude. I ain't getting no fucking tattoo.
No, hell no. And then there's some dude there.
You want to get hepatitis. That's how you get hepatitis, Michael.
I kind of witnessed somebody getting a tattoo as well. Some older cholo-looking dude. Nice, slick back hair. Looked like he was a background character in, like, Blood In, Blood Out. That's how slick his hair looked.
I can imagine that.
But he got some, I don't know, some type of tattoo on his, like, right hand, like on the top of his hand. And it looked fine at first, but then like 2 hours later it was just red and puffy. It didn't look infected, but it certainly looked red and puffy. I'm like, ugh. And again,
like, what's your sanitation like here?
Only reason why I knew that is because they were like, hey bro, are you gonna be up for a while? It's like, oh fuck, I guess. Yeah man, I'll be up for a while. What's going on? He's like, hey, if one of the officers or the CO guys comes in, just don't say it too loud, but say, hey, money. So we know it's a...
Aw, dude, that's what's up, dude. They gave you the fucking code word, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck the correction officers, man.
Yeah, and then... so my
Yo,
eyes,
money, bro.
So I can still see the door even laying down, even though I'm on the second floor, so I can, even laying down on my side with my elbow, at a decent view of the TV on the first floor. And again, a decent view of the where the COs come in. And then I finally see a CO come in, and then I nearly panicked because I was like,
oh, dude, I would have had anxiety too.
Because my mind was finally off of my situation because like, that Star Wars Clone Wars animation shitty movie was on the TV. So I was into that. I couldn't hear shit, but
I love that movie, dude.
Yeah. That was my favorite. It's now my favorite movie. So I was paying a little too much attention to the movie to get my mind off things.
Right.
And I see the COs come in, and I just look at the TV, look at the CO, like, oh, okay, oh shit, money. I almost started singing Shane McMahon's fucking theme song. Here comes the money. Money,
money, pro wrestling?
Oh god. And then I said, as I was about to say money, some other guy said, hey, money. It's like, fuck, they hired more than one person now. I look like the bad employee.
Yeah. Well, shit, let's get back to FedEx.
Yeah. And then the guy who's getting the tattoo, he's like, oh, not just money. He's like, hey, big money. I guess it was like the
no shit.
The main CEO. He was some older white dude.
Yo, and $1 billion, bro.
He walked, dude, like that old 8-bit game Snake. That's how he walked between the bunks on the bottom floor.
Wow.
On the top floor. He's pulling down sheets that are hanging. And like, and you know, he's fucking around with the inmates, and they have
what a piece of shit, dude.
No, like in a fun way. Because he's chit-chatting with them and busting their balls.
Oh, that's cool. But I thought you were like... I could just see those guys just like, fucking... Oh, it's not regulation right here.
No, he definitely did that, but he did it in a way like, come on, dude, you know damn rules.
You know better.
And, you know, they do a inmate check every whatever minutes. Hey, let me see your wrist, your ID. And, he came over and he's like, name, Michael Garza, showed him, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, good, how are you?
Well, just enjoying my lovely stay in the Yakima County Jail here, sir.
It says a lot about how my voice sounds, how I talk, how I look when... Because I'm a short, fat, uncomfortably hairy hipster bi dude, and to the point where the inmate and the CEO, the main CEO, can definitely tell just by everything about me, oh, this dude's not meant.
He's like, he gets on one knee, he's just like, you're in the wrong place here.
How many records you got, kid? It's like 4. It's like, you got a Woody Allen album, don't you? It's like, yes, I do, sir. So he walked by and they left, and the guy to my bunk buddy was this older white dude. He had tattoos over his eyebrows. He was nice to me throughout the whole time, and he's like, oh yeah, you'll be here till like Monday because of your possible DUI.
Right.
And
that's what like quotations, possible DUI.
Yeah. He's like,
I saw the charge. That was quite the big blow.
He's like, bro, make the most out of it while you're here, man. It gets fun, especially on Thursdays. When our Mondays is commissary days and tablet day as well. They have tablets for him on Mondays.
Can't miss tablet day, dude. Can't miss tablet day.
So you read on the tablets different topics, and depending on how well you read and answer your questions, just how well you read.
Yeah.
you get points, and then those points amount to like how much TV, movies or whatever you can watch, and radio stations on the thing or games. But again, you have to get a lot of points. Like
it's like a test of some kind. Like
yeah, it wasn't mandatory. You didn't even have to grab a tablet, but to get your mind off things, hell yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
So I'm like blazing through like religious crap, and because those get you the most points.
Okay.
But it's the most boring topic ever because I'm not. Yeah. I'm religious. I do believe in God, but it's like my God, I just can't do the Bible that well because it's just like it's the most boring reading. I'll do respect to people that have better faith than I do, but
it's just patience.
Yeah,
I guess. And then you gotta like. I know whenever I read the Bible, it's like a lot of it's like you gotta like go back and forth. You gotta like really analyze.
Exactly. It's like I don't care who this guy's related to. Just get to the nice.
Oh, I know that. Like when was it the second book is just like fucking every single
exactly.
Like, family.
It's like get to the nice quotes I can live by, so I can stop fucking up. And
yeah, I only read that part once just to say I did read it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why at AA meetings I take a copy of Mark Maron's book, who's my favorite comedian ever.
I love Mark Maron. Yeah.
Waiting for the Punch. It's just excerpts from the podcast and different topics.
That's pretty cool.
Different topics throughout the book, and when I'm at AA meetings, I'm always rereading or starting the addiction part and whatnot. But so I had enough points, and this is right after court happened, and a nice judge there, he's pretty impartial or whatever the word is. And there's some other younger Mexican dude there, and even though he has tattoos, he was in the same boat as me, like decent, good job. He had a kid and is kind of a nerdy guy, but he knows how to change his voice around certain people so nobody thinks he's a little, he's like, dude, I never wanted. He's like, bro, this is my first time in jail as well. It's like, you too. It's like, hell yeah, man. He's like,
that's cool.
He's like, bro, at least you weren't. He's like, at least you didn't fuck up too bad like I did. He's like,
what'd he do?
He had an big ass open can of Corona. But he said, when they arrested me, even looking through the patrol in the back of the police car, he's like, I don't think they found the open can because it was able to hide it before.
Oh wow, that's good. That's good.
It's
dude.
Like, that's good, dude.
I was like, I think we've all been there, dude. I wasn't drinking, dude, but me and Brandon and Allen went to go pick up Dustin Barron. Like a couple weeks ago, and like we were driving back here at like midnight, dude. And yeah, Brandon like stopped. We stopped in the mini mart. They got beer and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, on the drive home back here, it's like kind of all back roads, Brandon cracks it open. I'm kind of like just taking notes. Like, all right, well, at least I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Like if I was drinking, I'd probably be like, yeah.
Bro, it was the 1 or 2 times I've driven with Brandon. I'm so glad I didn't get pulled over with him. Brandon.
I remember those stories now, dude.
Yeah,
Bring it up. Yeah, I remember those stories.
I remember him just talking about like that night. I drove him around randomly. I think maybe West Valley area, maybe Sela area.
He's got to pump the brakes, be like, no, Brandon, I gotta go home. We're not gonna drive around a million different places.
Exactly.
He'll do it, dude, every single time.
I know that now. I love it. I love him to death, but it's like, dog, I want to go home so bad. I smoked your weed or whoever's weed a little bit, and it's like, ugh.
Oh yeah, you do not smoke weed a lot, dude. No.
And I remember him. I listened to that episode. He's like, yeah, my good friend.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago.
I was listening. Yeah. I was playing it on my phone to my coworker, Miss Terry, wow. And she's like, "My God, your impression of him is pretty damn good." And it's like, I told you. I took out my good friend. Michael Garza, and then he maybe coerced him into smoking a little bit of weed. And I think you asked him, like, does he smoke weed? Fucking no.
He's good at peer pressure, dude. He's got that peer pressure down.
Yeah, but he knows when.
Every time I see him, he's like, "You want to take some acid?" I'm like, "Maybe next week."
Yeah, no, yeah, he's definitely into that, but he does it in a loving way.
No, I know he does.
But I just remember him. I'm just re-remembering that episode he was on, and just like
I remember recording it. We like literally recorded it. It was before I had this office. We sat out there in that main lobby area.
Oh, okay.
And like fucking recorded that shit, dude. Yeah.
Because he's like, I made him drink a bunch of coffee and energy drinks, and he looked out of it. But I kept asking him, I was like, "Are you good, dude?" Yeah, I'm okay.
It's like your heart's just like, oh my God, like I'm gonna die.
I feel like
I've been there, dude, on edibles, dude. I'll get that fucking high on edibles.
It's like, man, this is what New Jack probably felt like when he jumped off of those scaffolds in ECW.
Right.
Wrestling references nobody understands. Where the fuck was I? Oh, so Mondays are, I guess, tablet days, and when you get your commissary.
Right.
And holy shit, it was just like, it might as well have been like Black Friday, dude, when the commissary bags came in. Everybody's getting their trades and paying what they owe and whatnot. And I was saved up enough points after reading so many boring scriptures. Again, all due respect to religious people, but oh well.
Well, you gotta save up. You gotta save up that time one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And I was getting up as much points as I could just to watch a movie or something. This is after court. It's maybe around 4 p.m. or something, and I'm about to press play on some random ass movie, and they say Garza, Michael, yada yada. It's like pack up, and it's like,
mother, can I just watch the movie?
Yeah. I joked around like, oh, I just want to watch the movie, and even also joked around. He's like, bro, he's like, man, what time are you? We're just about to watch that movie, huh? It's like, yep. He's like, hey man, I'll know if you put my info out there. I appreciate it. I'll just feel it in my heart if you put my info out there.
Well, you didn't fail him, dude. Right now, we're putting his information out there.
I can't remember his inmate info, but at least
he's gonna find you on the streets. You're gonna be like, gotta listen to the podcast. No one listens to episode 185, bro.
He's like, no one listens to it. It's like, but I still put the info out there, man.
It's on there, dude. It's on there. Nobody wrote me because nobody listens. I can't help that.
It's still a podcast, but
it's still a weekly podcast. What can we say?
Exactly.
Where do you find the motivation?
Yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe. So he told me, he's like, I'll know if you put it out there, if you do or you don't. I appreciate you just taking the info. He's like, hey, bro, and then if you ever come back in, I'll loan you 1 or 2 soups or something. And I'm like, dog, I'm never coming back in here again. What the fuck are you talking about? So me and
I'll see you next Thursday.
So me and that other scrawny Mexican kid, I was talking about the one that was would possibly dealing with his second DUI.
Right.
We both got out at that same time, and some other Mexican dude was like, hey, homies, when you fucking run out that door and you get out there, he's all like, hype it, or county hype man.
So are they taking you to court at that point, or like are they legit?
This is like 15, 20 minutes after court.
Okay.
So this is when we're getting released, and we got our bags and our tablets to hand back. There was I've never undressed so quickly in my goddamn life.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's like a tracksuit, just like, whoa, rip it off, dude.
Yeah. Oh, and then some people, I don't remember who it was, just a couple of random guys. They're just like, hey, what were you in? Were you in for, bro? This DUI, possibly?
You're like murder.
No, God, no. Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, whoa, they're letting you out already? Like, you got to talk to my lawyer guy.
Yeah. Oh, and that guy, my bunk buddy, the one that the tattooed eyebrows. Again, he was nice for those few days, but right before they released me, he was like, "Hey, bro, do me a favor." He's like, "I got kids. I'm not the best parent, but I got kids that are close to your age." He's like, "Don't ever fucking let me see you in here again." He's like, "I didn't take you're not built for this." Yeah. It's like, yes, sir.
You don't fucking tell me what to do. I'll come back here.
No, please no. I never want to see your tattooed eyebrows ever again, sir.
Yes, sir. You just nod. Yes, sir.
I shook his hand too. It's like, I don't know what the protocol is here. Do I shake your hand or just nod and say, "Yep"? But
what a nice guy, dude.
Yeah. Technically,
he's looking out for you, dude.
Yeah, and then the older guy that was to the left of me, kind of said the same thing. Hey, good luck, buddy. Don't come back in here again, but good luck.
Yeah.
There was a couple guys there. I can't remember their names. Didn't talk to them that often, but they were like, "Hey, what'd you get in here for? Yada yada. Hey, where do you work?" And I didn't want to tell anybody. And plus, my sleeping schedule is just horrendous.
I bet,
because the lights are still on, even though they're dimmed. And that first night, I was just in just had my sheet barely over my man boobs, just like. My fists that were so clenched together next to my chest, just like slightly one eye open. It's like, But because I didn't get sleep was next to not existent there. And, people ask me questions. Oh, what do you do? Do you live here? Are you Mexican, native, yada, yada. And it's like, oh, what do you do for work? It's like, oh, I work at a warehouse because, even though I was half asleep, I didn't want to tell them where I work.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, oh, what warehouse? It's like, oh, Little Brown Smoke Shack. It's like, oh, I thought I recognized you. I'm like, fuck. And they're like, yeah, that native girl with the nice butt and this, yeah. It's like, oh, I don't think I met her. And meanwhile, I know exactly who they're talking about, but to protect them, I don't think nothing would happen, but you can't, just to be safe.
You gotta be safe, dude.
I'm like, oh, I don't think I met her. No, I'm only in the warehouse. Wink, wink. What the fuck was I talking about?
Getting out.
Oh, and that same night before, because I got that Friday, I got arrested. Well, it was technically early ass Saturday morning because bar closes at 2 a.m. So right after I got off work at 5 or whatever, I went to our mutual friends. I call my big brother Jason.
Right.
Jason J. I got a haircut at his place where he cuts hair, retro cuts or whatever it's called, and so I had a nice ass haircut. And then later I get arrested because they take your picture with your inmate number and name. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I didn't save it, but just as a reminder to never fuck up again. I wish I could have kept it, but it's just the nicest ass beard trim haircut with the most miserable facial expression on anybody you'll ever fucking see.
You gotta put it on your fucking Facebook page, dude. Just be fucking making your profile pic.
Well, I don't want to go that far. I'll just keep it in a shoebox or an old Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon tin.
Dude, badge of pride right there, dude.
Yeah. You remember this, Mike? Don't fuck up again.
It's a constant reminder.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then, but my court date was last week, Monday, and the court was postponed 3 or 4 times because of COVID. Once because I didn't get these 3 conditions done on time like an idiot. And these conditions were, for a court-appointed attorney, he tried his best to get me charged with negligent driving instead of just a DUI. And this is my first time dealing with court and attorneys, so that tells me a lot that this guy really put in more than enough effort to get me charged with something less serious.
Yeah, of course.
And so I officially got charged with negligent driving.
Okay. That's not bad.
No, but probation starts January 1st for maybe 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, it's about 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, so
I've seen a lot of buddies go through this process.
Yeah, $90 a month, $50 a month for the initial court fee, which is $250.
It's a racket, dude. I mean, they just basically are just fucking, taking a vacuum and just fucking pulling it up, and pulling your money away.
Yeah, I was telling myself before that finally happened that it's hey, it could be worse, and now I gotta tell myself even more, especially after this past Friday where I got the ticket and got fired. It's it could be a lot worse if I wasn't covered with insurance. So those 3 conditions in order to get charged with negligent driving was attend a victim impact panel class where a lady, tells a very serious real life sad story.
My son got killed in a drunk driving car accident.
Close. He got shot up by some tweaker.
Whoa! That's a completely different situation.
But a year before that, his little girl got ran over by a drunk driver, some redneck in a truck.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. The times,
it was terrible.
Yeah, that's scary, dude. You wake up
such a terrible story.
You drive drunk, dude, and you wake up the next morning and you really do freak out to a point, with some anxiety. Fuck, exactly. I hope I did not hurt anybody.
Exactly. No, this was in the middle of the day, and it was the son's mother, the kid's grandma, that told the victim impact, and she said, she was walking her, and the kid kind of went ahead of her, and then boom, the truck hits her. And
gotta get one of those little kid leashes, dude. Pull them back. Pull them back.
Well, she said it was their turn to walk. But and it was worse because he, it wasn't going too fast, but it's a big truck, little girl, probably 40 miles an hour. Fortunately, killed her right there.
Dude, you're done. Even at normal for an adult getting hit at 40 miles an hour.
Exactly.
You're posted up in the hospital for a little bit.
Imagine a little baby girl. She was 6 or 7, I think. But it was.
Imagine it in your head, people.
Yeah, just like a poof of dust.
I'll get the sound effect.
Oh God. And then
comedy.
More comedy, dark comedy. Because the thing is, he didn't keep go. Well, he kept going, but he didn't go far because he stopped. There was a convenience store nearby where the little girl got killed, and he stopped there to get more fucking beer. And he was already apparently tipsy, well over the limit. He got more beer, and the convenience store clerks there saw what happened, and they told him when he rang up to get beer, they're like, "Do you realize what you just did?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "You didn't feel anything?" He's like, "Yeah, I thought I hit a cat or something."
Oh, no shit. Wow.
It's like, oh, this cunt. And he was on his way to go fishing.
How the fuck do you not know that you hit a kid, dude? Fucking piece of shit cat.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Damn stray cats. Meow.
Stupid little girl.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's so fucking fucked. That really is heartbreaking. It really is.
The grandma saw the guy as he did. Luckily, I guess.
And the guy actually sold him the beer. He's like, I think I need to call the police.
No, they did. Somebody else called the police, but they did. They absolutely did as well.
As they should.
Well, because somehow he still paid for the beer.
Yeah.
Which was stupid. Well, hey, if we were those those clerks, it's like, goddamn, we're taking this idiot's money. Fuck you.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. It's always profit over human beings, right?
It's like, you just killed a tiny kid.
It's gonna be
$12.99. Yeah, $12.99. But it's a sixer. It's $12.99. And according to the lady,
fucking expensive ass fucking sixer.
That's why we lie.
Yeah.
But apparently he didn't. It was a semi hit and run because the store was like down the street, I guess, and this lady's retelling of what happened.
It's a complete hit and run. The guy left the fucking. He's like, I just hit a fucking cat. What do you mean I hit a fucking little girl? Prove it. You see that fucking trail of blood? Oh shit.
Oh god.
I'm gonna slam these beers.
That's funny you say because I say it was a semi. It was definitely hit and run, but he didn't drive off after he realized what happened. He stayed at that convenience store parking lot, cracking open beers, waiting for the police. So it's a true alcoholic right there. It's fucked that you said that because that's absolutely what happened.
I've got the mindset in my head, dude. It's like, well, you might as well, because in my head it's like, well, I'm going to jail. I know I'm going to jail. I might as well at least get as much.
Yeah. Even though to everybody else,
all the drugs before the cops show up. Dude.
Even though to everybody else, you just look like a fucking piece of shit. Just like, I just murdered your granddaughter. You don't mind. I'm like,
it's like, I'm gonna offer you a beer if you want one. Oh my gosh,
that's terrible.
Yeah.
So that was the victim impact class, and then they had me do a defensive driving class, and that was like $40-$50, and luckily there's no way to fail because you can take endless retakes. You got to pass 80 or above. Did that, and the last condition to get charged with the negligent driving was a drug and alcohol assessment. And my lawyer, bless his heart, he was kept telling me, he's like, bro, there's I highly doubt, truly 100% highly doubt they'll recommend any type of treatment for you because this is your first offense, and this is why I think we can get you charged with negligent driving. You were barely over the limit, but unfortunately you were over the limit. Your first offense, you complied, you didn't cause any trouble, but unfortunately in Union Gap and Yakima, especially in Washington, they're really big on like driving over the center line, which there's video proof you did drive over.
Right, of course. Yeah.
But he's like, as far as the assessment, I highly doubt they'll recommend any type of serious treatment or any at all. So I get the treatment done, the assessment done through merit.
Oh God. Keep going.
So I started for the past 3 or 4 weeks. Merit recommended me as intensive outpatient.
See, they always fucking do it. Every single fucking person, dude. You gotta go in there and just lie your ass off, dude.
I thought I didn't.
You're like, I thought I did.
I didn't necessarily lie, but I didn't think I made it sounded that bad. Because I got the assessment done at the Yakima location. I've been doing my meetings at the, because there's a location in Wapato. It's a much shorter drive for me, Herod to Wapato.
Of course.
But so for 8 to 12 weeks, 9 hours a week, 3 hours a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had to be at Merritt 9 a.m.
Well, it's what if you have a job? Dude, it's such bullshit, dude.
Well, that's why the FedEx schedule worked so well, because I started at first I started at midnight.
Oh, that's not bad.
But worked till maybe little, 20 after 2 a.m. or whatever. And then, my last week there, I was 10 p.m. to, damn, it's windy.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking, the wind is strong out here, dude. It's all blowing up.
Yeah, well, it's strong on the res as well. I got my damn, not shingles, the little things on the roof just falling off.
Tiles.
And now it's you can see the water's coming through.
No.
But
I have to finish up this podcast quick so you can go fucking get a pan under there.
No, it's not leaking, but you can tell there's mold definitely. Anyway, but at FedEx, when I was working there, that schedule worked pretty well because, like I said, 10 p.m. till maybe 3:40 in the morning. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's I'm getting paid good, but they pay you once a week. And
okay, so it's not as
but
2 week.
When I was unemployed, I used up the rest of my money for bills, and I'm still negative 200 on my checking account. And then the thing is, the standard with a charge like that, they suspend your license for 90 days, and they also need you to get a SR22, which is
the insurance, right?
And that's $50 something, and on top of the State Farm liability insurance, that's $30. $37.
Right.
Fuck that. Like I said, that's why I sold half the DVD collection.
Oh, bro.
Thank God. And one more shout out. Shameless plug. Grateful appreciation. Yeah. Shout out to St. Jackson, Wapato. At one of the last DVD rental places, not just on the Resman in Washington, really, but
in the country, dude.
Fuck. In the country, too, yeah. So St. Jackson, Wapato. They used to have a location over in Terrace Heights.
Yeah, right next to the 7-Eleven over there.
Yeah. I never got to visit that one.
Neither did I.
I heard the story why they shut down was the owner, Mr. Jack, just got his divorce, which he was so happy about. He was in the process of shutting it down because of, I think probably Redbox and Netflix was just starting to happen.
Right.
But I think that the finalization of the divorce, I never heard the story from him. I heard it from Adam, the guy who's going to be taking over now. He's worked there since he was in high school, but he told me, he's bro, Jack, I've never seen Jack so happy. When he finally got that divorce, they couldn't stand each other, and he's I don't blame him because she wasn't the nicest person. But he's dude, he finally closed the Terrace Heights location, but before that, they were still open after the divorce, I guess, and at both St. Jack's locations, he was so happy about the divorce, he cleared everybody's late fees.
Oh, wow, dude.
Gave everybody
so cool.
1 or 2 free scoops of ice cream. That's how fucking happy he was about this divorce.
Jeez, what a rough fucking time he was living then, dude.
Thank God for St. Jack's, man, for letting me continue to sell DVDs there to get by. I know I'm all over the place, but that same Monday, this past Monday when I had court, I stopped to return some movies, some late as fuck movies to St. Jack's, get a soda. Adam was there, who's the general manager. He's the homie. I'm friends with all those guys that work there.
I was literally Adam. Just I had Josh Bryan on the podcast, and we were talking about how I saw the article.
So is this for me?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. We were just literally talking about that, how that guy was taking over for Jack or whatever after the first. That's cool. That's and that he sounds like that guy's been working with him forever.
Oh yeah, like I said, since he was probably in high school. When he started working there, I think they still had VHS. And bro, I was living in Oregon when they finally got rid of all their VHS tapes. Bro, if I had known you back then, if I had been the fan of 80s cheesy, sleazy horror movies, because they had every single one. Yeah. Basket Case, Toxic Avenger.
I literally just watched Basket Case for the first time here a couple weeks ago. It's a good movie.
It's so good.
It's good.
And it sucks because I had the I know you're not too into the Criterion stuff, right?
Is that I actually just bought the Criterion for the Irishman.
Because that's the only formats available in
right. Yeah, besides Netflix.
But there's something similar called Arrow Video, and I think they mainly do Blu-ray. They definitely have DVDs, but it's the same kind of company as Criterion, but they only treat sleazy, low budget.
Oh, it's the best, dude. I love that shit.
So they have the quote-unquote Arrow Video treatment for, like, Dario Argento movies, like all that shit Brandon likes, and Lucio Fulci shit.
Yeah, I got Zombie right over. That's the only... Well, actually, I have a couple fucking streaming ones. It's a Blu-ray fucking... Like, at the bottom of the stack there.
Is it Arrow Video or is it just Blu-ray?
That's a good question.
I brought up Arrow Video because I had the Basket Case 1 version of it.
Yeah, I only had Basket Case as a... It's Blue Underground, it looks like.
Oh, I never heard of those guys.
Yeah. It was the cheap copy on Amazon when I bought that.
But still, the fact you have it is much more impressive than mine.
Well, I have, like, City of the Living Dead, but it's just, like, a streaming version of it. Fucking
See, that's the thing with me. Thank God for the social media. I know of all these movies, but I've never seen them.
Yeah, see, Brandon actually just got me into this shit because we did this movie. He brought it over on a whim, actually, one night. And, like, we did it for In the Mouth of Madness back in the day. So it was, like, actually earlier this year at some point.
Yeah.
And, that was actually the first time I even heard of the director for this. And, like, since then, I've bought a couple of his movies on iTunes. And it's good shit, dude. Like, it's fun. I haven't seen all of them.
I just hear nothing but good shit about that stuff. But then again, I get Lucio Fulci and Argento confused quite easily.
Yeah. No, Brandon's, like, a fucking expert when it comes to that shit.
I've never... Yeah. It's very rare I meet somebody that's... that's into that type of stuff, but also like simultaneously both into the sleazy, low budget 80s, 70s stuff, and also into the obscure, art house type of cinema. Who's a fan of both? Because normally I meet people online or in person that are just one or the other, and he's like fucking into all of it. Yeah.
He knows. Anytime I ever like have questions, dude, he's my go-to guy.
Oh hell yeah, me too. But going back to St. Jack's, I had stopped there to return the movies, and I told them what happened because they always check in. How did court go? How's the meetings going? Also on top of the merits treatment thing, I had to, on top of the 9 hours a week, I had to do AA meetings 3 times a week as well.
Right. Oh, fucking jeez, dude.
I might have to do it over the phone now because the only spot I liked that worked with that FedEx schedule was a spot in Sela, but they start at like 6:30 in the morning. So, end work at like 40 minutes after 3 or something. That's like, well, do I drive home to get ready for 5 minutes and then drive all the way back to Sela?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then after Sela, they'll stop end at 7:30 and then drive all the way to Wabato, wait in my car for 25 minutes for merit to start. And then it was
it's a fucking pain in the ass, dude. That's what it sounds like you're going through, dude. I'm really sorry.
Again, it could be worse. I'm very lucky it didn't hurt anybody, but because I had this girl I graduated with in Salem. I graduated in Salem, Oregon. I used to live there 6-7 years.
Okay, cool, man. I didn't know that.
This is finally when it's unfortunately set in that it's like I'm lucky I didn't hurt anybody because I think it was back in August. This girl I went to school with, didn't know her that well. I always called her, the nickname I had for her was the friendly stranger. She used to work in the library at school. Then after school, after we both graduated, realized she started working at a bookstore that was visited constantly in downtown Salem. That's where I got bit by the hipster, stereotypical Oregon hipster bug. Plaid wearing, beanie, craft beer.
I resent that being called hipsters.
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't mind it. I just use it as a goofy term.
Yeah, I guess it is a goofy term. I don't know. It's too close to hippie, and I think like the hipster is like, for the most part, have better like I don't know.
Yeah, well,
hygiene maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that too, but.
I don't know.
But, so I realized this girl started working at that bookstore. But back in August, she had still been working at the bookstore, but she was riding her bike home and she got hit by a drunk driver that was our age, some dude.
Geez.
And he took off after he realized he hit her. And unfortunately, she died. And the fucking month before that, she just got married. And when I heard that on Facebook, that's finally when it set in. It's like, you're a lucky fucking cunt to not have hurt anybody.
Right, of course.
I don't want to say, I'm not, like, I don't care what people think about me, but I also don't want people to think, oh, this fucking grief hawk piece of shit, But it's like, fuck, that unfortunately took that to be like... No,
dude, I mean, that's, like, we all get, like, wake-up calls at certain points in our life, dude. And that was a wake-up call for sure.
It definitely was. Dude. Like, me and my good brother... Leo, I treat him like a brother. Leo, we made a promise to each other. He's like, bro, like, well, for him, You know, he's never gotten a DUI, I don't think, but obviously I can't drink now, you know, until probation's over.
Right.
Because I still don't think I have it. I don't think I'm an alcohol, but obviously there's fucking room for improvement. I said that during my assessment. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
I got it recommended.
But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I think that's, you know, that's a good thing, though, to be honest with yourself like that. I mean, maybe you shouldn't have said it to merit, but, you know, at the same time, to have that moment where you're just like, you know, hey, man, this is like where I kind of need to, like, at least, you know, get some checks and balances. I mean, that's a good thing. That's like showing growth in life, dude.
But I think there's already improvement when I say this story. Like, Leo and I made a promise to each other over text where it's like, dude, like, yo, Micah, whenever you can drink, or if you still want to drink after all this and don't mess up, keep at it. But he's like, after all this is over, he's like, let's make a promise to each other. Even if we only had one drink, we're not driving. He's like, we're DD, or if we do drink, we make sure somebody drove us there, somebody's going to drive us back, or we got a place to crash.
No, like, I hear you.
You know,
you got to. You really have to operate that way.
Yeah, we definitely made that promise to each other, so that helps. But St. Jack's, all over the place again. Kevin Smith Jr., Snoochie Boochies. So including, like, when I sold all those DVDs back in late September, it was all the weird, obscure DVDs, Blu-rays, Criterion shit. Didn't have a huge Criterion collection, but compared to my other homies, you know, I had quite a bit.
Right.
Almost had every single Wes Anderson movie. And I had a shit ton of PWG DVDs. And they don't have specials or extras on them. I think their Blu-rays have that.
You should just fucking hit me up, dude. I would have fucking bought those from you, dude. I would have totally bought those from you.
Yeah.
I've looked into them, dude, like looking to buy them off their website. I just haven't pulled the trigger ever on any of their DVDs.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Hit me up when we got free time. Now that I love this. By the way, Kevin Porter's fucking office is amazing.
It's a nice fucking setup, dude. Years in the making.
Hit me up when you got free time, because before I left that day, because I went to St. Jack's after court, right? So it's around 2 p.m., whatever. I sound like a Ring of Honor contracted employee, because Cole Cabana made a joke of when he would like interview his buddies, they're still hired by Ring of Honor, that they're like, oh yeah, and I went here on December 2nd, 2 p.m. He's like, because I guess that's Ring of Honor's thing. They want their talent to memorize dates for their shows. He's like, dude, I'm not. Yeah,
December 2nd was my birthday, actually.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I wished a happy birthday. Did I?
Probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
okay.
probably.
Well,
yeah.
in that case, the Simpsons comics.
There you go. Dude.
Christmas and birthday.
I know, dude. Shout out to Michael, dude. You showed up with gifts. So there's only two people that have actually ever done that, dude. You and Jay McNay, dude. Jay McNay showed up with the Aliens trilogy on VHS there.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you're the only two people that have ever like really brought gifts over like that. So totally, thank you for that. Yeah, for sure.
Just got to put that into the contract. If you want to go on the podcast, Doug, or my gift.
Yeah. Where's my tribute, guys?
Where's my obscure comics VHS?
I know it's like I should pay you guys gas money for driving all the way out here.
No. This is fun. This is a break.
People are like, where do you live? I'm like, in West Valley. They're like, oh, by the Walmart? I'm like, no.
Yeah, dude, it's a nice area. Like, I couldn't see shit because it's pitch black. Yeah. But it's like, it feels like it's a nice area to live in. I don't even want to know how much mortgage and property taxes, you know.
Property taxes actually aren't as bad as you would think they would be. The mortgage, that's a little fucking much.
Because well, luckily I don't have mortgage at my place because I live in the house I grew up in, but it's got 2 acres to it, so the property tax.
So that's what's up, dude.
It's fucking anyway, St. Jack's, my bad. Before I left, and like I said, I sold half of my DVD collection, including my babies, the PWGs. I love my Criterions.
Breaks my heart,
but
Michael.
The PWGs, even though they're basic DVDs, they're the cardboard DVD covers, and they have amazing photo shots. And
it's a quality product.
It's the cover, because that's my favorite. I love any indie wrestling company, obviously. I love wrestling in general. I'll still visit WWE, but it's like, you know, just put it in terms of ice cream. It's like, your brand of vanilla is pretty good, but I like this weird flavor over here.
It's way better.
You know?
It's a way better flavor, dude. I'm not going to lie. Dude.
Yeah. Well, I stole that quote from Lightning Mike Quackenbush. He's the owner of Chikara. Mm-hmm. He's like, all these wrestling companies, we make ice cream. Let's put it that way. some people only like vanilla. We make Chikara makes banana chocolate chip, whatever, But anyway, PWG is my favorite because they are like super grassroots and they have such weird oddball names. Like for the shows, they do like one show a month, and then or unless it's like a tournament thing, and it's 3 shows,
3 days,
and then
or 2 nights or whatever.
Or 2 nights as well. And some shows sound like okay, that sounds like a wrestling show, like All Star Weekend, Battle of Los Angeles, and then some shows, the earlier show names were just like Island of Misfit Toys or something, card subject to change, and they even have like 3 shows called Untitled 1, 2, and 3, and they even have one like Kurt Russell reunion.
Do they really? They have
3 shows called Kurt Russell reunion.
I love
they go 1, 2,
Kurt Russell's
3.
like one of my favorite actors of all time, dude.
I think it was the Kurt Russell reunion 2 is like voted one of the better one out of the 3. But they also have like when Bowie and Lemmy passed away, they named it Bowie. They named it Prince.
Cool.
They had a show named Prince. Even that actor from I forget, Bill Paxton, I think.
Bill Paxton.
They have a show called Game Over Man because that was after he passed away.
Of course,
And then and some names are pretty generic. Some show names are pretty generic sounding, like Hand of Doom. That was Trevor Lee's last indie show, maybe before he went off to NXT.
Yeah.
And he had a PWG championship match, and because PWG before COVID they moved to a bigger venue, the Global Theater in LA, because they used to be in American Legion Hall in Reseda, California.
Yep. Famous, very famous to wrestling fans.
Oh, dude, it looks so much fun. The heat was like infamously sounded horrible because Excalibur, who's the commentator for PWG, he wears a mask, retired wrestler. He does commentary for AEW now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm just doing backstory to whoever listens to this.
We always operate on the fact that no one knows what we're talking about, so let's explain it to them.
Hell
for
yeah.
Sure, 100%.
Back to that hipster stuff, dude. We just like the obscure shit because it's better half the time.
Yeah, it really is.
Dude. It really is.
It really is.
But like every single aspect about PWG, from the matches to the wrestlers, obviously not taking it that seriously, but they are. To the crowd not missing a beat when it comes to funny shit, to the commentators to not taking it too seriously, whether it's like Roderick Strong trying to make Excalibur laugh, or whether it's Kevin Steen trying to make Kevin Steen and Excalibur and Chuck Taylor. They were the best commentators for PWG.
I like Chuck Taylor, dude. Chuck Taylor is fucking
there's
cool.
the fucking... I'll have to... Okay, to finish the St. Jack story. Basically, before I left... Adam, the general manager, is like, yo, Mikey, don't go anywhere. So I'm talking to Jack, the owner, a little bit. Yeah, this is how court went, yada, yada. And this gorgeous motherfucker, Adam Rice Decker, bless his heart, comes back and a handful of DVDs in he's like from his, almost above his belly button to his chin, puts it on the counter. It's all my PWG DVDs, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla DVDs that I sold him. He's like, Merry Christmas, Mikey.
Oh, what the? That's awesome, dude. What a cool fucking guy, man.
And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? I'm almost getting teary-eyed right now. I was seconds away from bawling.
Wow.
And it's like, what do you mean? I sold these to you guys. And he's like, I kind of brought up the idea to Jack. It's like, Mikey's going through a lot. He's a nice customer, doesn't cause us problems, doesn't cause anybody problems, such a nice guy. And Jack was like, he's like, well, he sold us a bunch of shit, didn't he? He's like, and knowing Mr. Jack, he probably is like, there's no way we're going to sell or rent this, because they sell DVDs as well, but...
Yeah, it's pretty obscure for your average person. They'll be like, yeah, they know what WWE is, but like...
Well, also because of the, type of DVD case it is, they can't, it's not a slip cover, so they can't just take it off and then put it into...
That makes sense. That goes back to when you were explaining it earlier.
And also it's more like, they're fucking nicest people ever, so they're like, let's just give him back to Mikey because he's going through it, man.
Oh, wow.
And then so they gave me a bag, and so I got all my PWG fucking Pro Wrestling Guerrilla DVDs back, dude. So when you got free time next time,
you gotta watch him, dude. Hell yeah.
So with that said, like you said, you like Chuck Taylor. It's my first 2 PWG DVDs I ever bought was the 2-night Battle of Los Angeles 2013. And PWG's Battle of Los Angeles is like a tournament for... Back then it was only for like American independent wrestlers, but now it's gotten so popular over the past not even 3-5 years. Yeah. They would bring in international talent like Walter. Everybody kind of knew who he was.
Fucking Walter's cool, dude.
Yeah, so he was also a former PWG champ. He beat Keith Lee for the PWG title. And to the point where, like, it's fun because you can tell in the old venue, the Reseda venue, which held, 300 people plus standing room. And for any wrestling fan that listens to us, I highly recommend just checking out PWG's channel because all they really do is previews of their shows. And, there's some spoilers in there, obviously, and they even say it at the front. It's like, and obviously with the something, please enjoy this preview of the oppressive Reseda, California heat. And as always, spoilers, so don't get mad.
Well, it's like that's kind of what they're known for. Also, is like their whole business model. I mean, in a day and age when everybody's streaming their events, they're still selling everything exclusively on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah, because they don't do weekly.
Mm-hmm. It's all
shows.
Monthly. Yeah,
it's all monthly.
Yeah.
I'm still learning of their earlier history because they started 2005, 6 maybe.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah. Because I know for a fact it was Excalibur, Super Dragon, Chris Bosch.
Joey
Ryan, and one or two other guys, because they would refer to themselves like PWG 5 or 6,
right?
And they kind of invested and made the company happen,
right?
That PWG Battle Los Angeles for short, Bola 2013, the first night, first fucking match is Kevin Steen versus Chuck Taylor. Shit. And you can tell Chuck E.T. just got a new haircut. So again, this is going back to why I love that crowd specifically, crowd only, because most crowd chants are just like, all right, that's predictable. It's not that fun, but it is fun at the same time. Without missing a beat, somebody said, "Hey, Chuck E.T., nice haircut." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man." And then the fucking crowd is like, "Super cuts, super cuts, super cuts."
That's what. See, right there is why I fucking love professional wrestling. Dude.
Exactly.
Not the only shows that I've really gone to locally is the Defy shows, and it's kind of got that same fucking vibe. Bro. It's like a punk rock fucking vibe.
Fuck yeah! So you've been to Defy?
Yeah.
Were you there that night when the Young Bucks showed up?
Fucking no! You messaged me that shit, dude. I fucking wasn't, unfortunately. I thought about going to that because I was trying to I usually would make it out to at least one show a year. It felt like for the last couple of years, 1 to 2 shows. So I was picking my spots, dude. And I thought about going to that one. I knew when it happened, and then the next night or that Sunday morning, I fucking woke up to hear the Young Bucks show up
because they were unannounced. They were unannounced, right?
Yeah. Oh. It was right after they left fucking Ring of Honor and
Oh yeah, that's right. Japan, yeah, before they started with
because they started. That's when with the whole AEW build-up, they were just hitting up fucking all those indie shows.
Fuck.
See, and that's why I love professional. I love fans of professional wrestling, dude. It's just I feel like this in the last 4 or 5 years, I've met so many people that just are into indie wrestling and stuff, or at least have a general knowledge of professional wrestling. So
yeah.
I'm bonding with all these people just simply over professional wrestling. And
exactly.
To me, it fucking warms my heart, dude. It warms my fucking heart thinking about that.
And I'm sure there's other cool things, whether it's movies, sports, esports, where you can meet cool, nice, your lifelong friends or whatever. But for me, with wrestling, I've met some of my closest friends ever,
Yeah.
Well, fuck, that's right. You and Hennessy went to that Ring of Honor show in Kent, right?
Yeah, we went to the TV taping up there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was a TV taping. I remember because
I did the live, I never really understood how it was working, but
exactly.
It was a live streaming part that was live for a little bit, and then I think everything else is just TV tapings.
Yeah, for TV tapings for that one channel nobody watches.
Dude, you could fucking. I was covering on one of my old wrestling podcasts I used to do. Dude, I used to watch Ring of Honor every single fucking week there for a good long time. I used to watch them on the app. But I catch them on TV and stuff because I don't have cable or anything. So
because I feel during the era of when Punk and Joe were still there, next to fucking impossible to watch or even hunt down.
Oh, I remember hearing about Ring of Honor back. That was just strictly through the dirt sheets, dude.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really up until when they went on to HDNet. That's when I started watching them.
Yeah. That's right. They were on. Remember when they were on the national TV channel Destination America with Impact.
were they? Oh yeah, they were on there for a little bit. You're right,
and that was cool. But like next thing you know, they're off of it for like 3 months afterwards. It's like, well,
yeah, because they did like the back to back. Yeah, that was a very short lived fucking.
Yeah, because everybody's like, oh, you know, cross promotion.
That's cool. Yeah. And now fast forward now, it's like AEW.
Yeah, it's cool that they're doing cross promotion with it. With Impact and AEW, unfortunately, it's in the middle of a fucking pandemic.
Yeah, when no fucking fans are around. That's like, I will say, dude. Like, I kind of gotta close up here in a minute, but I will say, dude, like, it took me a good minute to get back into wrestling after COVID hit, dude. I stopped, like, WrestleMania to me, which is like, why do I even want to watch this? Like, this sucks so hard.
It's just, and the card looked fun, but it's like, without that crowd, even though I think, I'm sorry if you're a WWE diehard fan, but it's like, if that crowd's boring. That crowd is so fucking boring. Dude. They're so annoying and boring, you know? Just with, again, maybe it's because I was spoiled myself with watching PWG for so long. Because those people are funny and smart, and they don't miss a beat.
Yeah, smart crowds are where it's at.
Same thing with the ICW crowd in Scotland. When Grado came out. And
Grado's fucking awesome, dude.
There's a video of him. They call it Gradoberg because they put Goldberg's entrance music and mixed it with his regular entrance music, which is Madonna's Like a Prayer, and shockingly those two songs mix well together. And the crowd, without missing a beat, they realized, oh, Grado's doing Gradoberg, so they started chanting Grado without missing a beat. That's just what I love. Best. Crowds that know what the fuck is going on, they're in on it. And they don't do a stereotypical boring chant, and it's just so much fucking.
Well, it's like fans like us, dude, because we're talking about fans like us. Dude. And like, I remember taking like both Eric. I took Eric and Jason to a Defy show like a couple years ago.
Yeah, Jason told me.
Yeah, and like, dude, like both of them were just like fucking whoa. Like at the end of the night, dude, we were just like fucking like that was like such an amazing experience.
And Jason told me, and then he's like, and I looked at him and it's like, you motherfucker, you didn't tell me. And he's like, yeah. Kevin Porter went too. I'm like,
yeah. I was the only reason they went, dude, because I'm the ones hitting them. I'm like, you guys want to go see some professional wrestling, dude?
Jason claims he got a shirt from one of the wrestlers. Is that true or not?
I can't really say that. I don't know. I didn't catch that part.
I think he said Mustache Mountain.
We gotta meet him and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because the show that we went to, it had Mustache Mountain and Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne was in the main event, and then Walter was also on that.
My heart.
And what's his name? Fuck, dude, I forget. I have Brody Lee. Right? Was it Brody? Not Brody Lee. That's fucking
Brody King.
Brody King. That's it. Yeah. So I got to meet him, and I bought a shirt from him. Fuck, and but yeah, I got my picture taken with fucking Pete Dunne and like Mustache Mountain and shit.
God
dude.
Damn it! Did you guys get? Because my favorite is Randy Myers.
Yeah, I've met Randy. We went outside because like the coolest thing, and I love Eric, dude. The coolest thing about being friends with Eric is it's like you'll get into shit. Because Warped Tour and stuff, they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll get you around.
Eric from Bad Habit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's in a wheelchair. I should preface that. So me and him, because like the way you go into that Washington Hall or whatever, like you have to all go through up these stairs and stuff. So like immediately, like we're like, well, no, we need the handicap section. So they got us up through the handicap. And basically, dude, when we walked out, we got to walk out through the actual entrance of the arena the arena, dude. So like we basically just got to go into the backstage area and shit. So we went out there during intermission to smoke a joint, and so we're in the parking lot smoking a joint, and like Randy Myers is there. He's like standing over there talking to somebody. I'm like, hey, you want some? He's like, nah. He's like, he said no, but. Yeah, no, he's straight up the Defy World Champion now and stuff. Dude, I was so happy when he won it, dude, because he's cool, dude.
I don't care if this is too much info, but I have such a huge fucking crush on Randy Myers.
He's a good guy, dude. He's cool. His character's fucking awesome.
Me and Leo basically said, bro, if COVID ever gets taken care of, hopefully, if we go to a Defy show, and it's like, he's like, because, Randy Myers is saying he'll give a smooch to a beardy guy, right, in a crowd. While he comes out, he looks like a punk rock Joker, and he comes out to Etta James.
That's a good way of describing it. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, he does come out to that song. That's awesome.
And he's just acts effeminate, and he's like ripped and crazy, and he always like smooches a fat beardy dude. And it's like, and my buddy Leo, bless his heart, he's like, well, if he tries to kiss me, I'll be like, you can't do that unless you give good old Mikey LG over here, Mikey Multiple Choice. A little peck ski on the lip ski as well.
Right.
can't wait to go to Defy show.
I can't wait for fuck COVID. We need to bring some professional wrestling back here, Michael.
I know. I'll bring it over since I got my PWG DVDs back, dude.
We'll set it up, dude. Well, Michael Lee Garza.
That was my AIW name, bro.
Oh, was it? Okay, gotcha. I fuck up names every once in a while, dude. I'm Sam Tripoli, dude.
I'm Michael Garza in AAW, different company.
Right on, dude. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man.
Any final words? Anything else you want to plug or anything?
Just fucking continue listening to the podcast no one listens to, man.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
Couldn't say it better myself.
Too sweet.
Woo, woo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This podcast has been brought to you by Pizza Productions.